Hello and welcome. I'm so glad to have you back on today. This is the Purpose and Power Podcast, and my name is Renele Brooks. I am your host, and today we're going to get into something that I started on. I started my journey for strategic planning, for project management and all that with this tool. And this is called logical frameworks. And for us in project management, we call it log frames. And so we're going to get into that on today, and hopefully it will help you be able to sort some things out, whether you are a nonprofit organization or a business. And so let's get into it. If you've been running your business or nonprofit with just good intentions and sticky notes, guys, we need to talk. We're about gaining clarity. We're about making sure that you have all the steps in place. And this season 2, is actually talking about systems. And so those are some of the things that really help you run your organization without having to be doing menial tasks over and over again. Workflows and animations and systems that are in place will help you do that, so you won't have to worry about doing the same repetitive task over and over again. And it also helps you get clarity. And if you were rocking with me in season 1, you know I am all about clarity, guys. It's so important that you are clear on what you're doing, because you won't be able to move forward if you don't. And let me tell you why. So let me pause for a minute and tell you why I am so bent on clarity and having a plan and a system in place. Okay. So I was feeding the homeless for about 6 years. I was feeding them every week, and I would take my own money and I would go down and I would feed the homeless for about 6 years, guys. And this was probably like maybe 2 years in or 3 years in. I went to and if you guys are rocking with me from season 1, you probably heard this story, but I went to a award ceremony for nonprofit organizations, and it was called the Stay Classy Awards. And so I was so excited to go and see what it was about, because normally people don't celebrate nonprofit organizations, and they are really doing cause-related projects that are really awesome and really help people. They're on the humanitarian side, and they really help move issues like food insecurity, homelessness, illiteracy, things like that. And so those things are very near to my heart. So I'm going to the Stay Classy Awards, and I'm so excited about it. And I get down there, and there's so many awesome people that are doing some awesome things. So we had an opportunity where we could network. And in the networking, I was talking to groups of people that were doing such amazing, amazing work. And I met a young lady, and she had an organization called Green Laces. She played soccer. So Green Laces donated equipment to low-income areas globally where people could have the equipment, shoes, socks, and things like that to be able to play soccer. And so I was telling her what I was doing, and she was so excited, she wanted to help. Guys, I had nothing in place. I had no system. I had no way for people to donate. I was just a solo person doing it by myself, and I completely missed that opportunity because I never even thought that someone would ask me, how can I help? So when I say you need to be clear, it is from experience, guys. You need to be clear on what you are doing, and all the tools that I give you guys helps you become clear. And that's how I work with my clients. The first step is clarity. A lot of times my clients come to me and they think they are clear, but they still have a little bit of digging to do to make sure it is crystal clear what they're putting out there, what their goals are, what they want to do, what they're moving towards. If you're like I said before, if you're running a business with sticky notes and good intentions, then we really need to talk, okay, guys? And it's not to beat you down or make you feel bad. It's to get you in place, get your structure in order so that you can run an excellent business or organization. So this is where your vision is going to meet your structure. So, guys, if it sounds boring, all this structure and all this order and all that, it's really, really not. In fact, this is the exact tool that will help you stop putting out fires and start building something sustainable. So, what is a logic model? What is a logical framework, really? So I'm going to use the word log frame because it's just an abbreviation of the words logical framework. So a log frame is basically a structure and it maps out what you want to achieve. So this is your big picture goal. Okay. And we talked about goals last season, guys. So if you are rocking with me with all the episodes, you will have everything you need to just keep building. And that's how I structured these seasons so that you can just keep building, and you can move forward and do what you were created to do. So the other thing it does is helps you to plan how to get there. And that's going to be your activities and your outputs. And these are different pieces of the log frame: activities, outputs, your goals, your outcomes. And it's also going to let you know whether or not you have succeeded. And that's going to be your indicators. So last season, we got to objectives, but we did not go into indicators, which were your metrics. And those are going to let you know if you're on track or need to back up and realign. So it's also going to help you with what can get in the way. And these are your assumptions and your risk. And so if you think about it, it's going to be your impact blueprint. And it's not just for nonprofit organizations, although it works really well for nonprofits, but it can work for any project, any business initiative, and any program where you need to prove that your efforts are working. And I'm going to tell you why just a little bit down the line. So they're used to get everyone on the same page about why, what, and how of a project. It's used to keep your team aligned. So this is going to be the no more, wait, I thought we were doing this. You have certain people on the team that are going this way, and you have certain people on the team that are going this way, and everybody is not on the same page. So this log frame helps everybody get on the same page. This also can be a tool that you use to show funders, your boards, your stakeholders, and that your plan is not just a dream, but it's actually measurable. This proves that you can do what you do. It makes your funders and investors ready to donate because it proves your impact. Okay, so it helps you also course correct when business throws you curveballs and you have to redirect it. This tool done correctly helps you to be able to course correct when things come in the way of what you're doing. So really, guys, at its core, the log frame is a project management tool and an evaluation tool that helps you to clarify your goals. Again, that's the big vision. Define your outcomes, and these are the changes that you expect to see. It helps you map out your outputs, and those are the tangible things you'll produce or deliver. It also helps you identify your activities, and these are your action steps, kind of like objectives, the steps to help you get there. This tool also is going to help you track your indicators, how you're going to measure your progress. We're going to discuss indicators, assumptions, and risk in the next episode. I want to make sure that you're not overwhelmed in one episode. So in our next episode, we're going to talk about the indicators, the assumptions, the risk. And so your indicators, again, are how you progress with this tool. Anticipate your assumptions and risk. And these are the what if factors. And again, we'll discuss that in the next episode. So think of a log frame as your roadmap. And I'm smiling when I say that because I created a tool called the Roadmap to Sustainability. And it is just that. It is actually a logical framework that you can go by with instructions and things that keep you on track. So the unique thing about this is that you start from your goals. So remember, guys, last season we worked up to our goals and we said, okay, this is how this is going to happen. We're going to get everything in place, all of our elements, and then we're going to look and see how we can create smart goals and then put action steps to them. This tool has you work from your goals and work backwards. So you're going to start from the big picture goal that you want to achieve, and then you're going to work backwards all the way to your inputs, what you need to get to those goals. It may seem confusing, but when you look at the big picture, you're going to see you're going to go from your goals, then to your outcomes, to your outputs, your activities, and then your inputs. Everything you need from your resources, your staff, your funding. Sorry, guys. And also your funding, and also what you need to have in place. So let me give you a couple of examples. So a nonprofit example of this could look like this. Your main goal, and remember that's what you're going to start with, is to reduce food insecurity in your community by 2025. So you're going to have a SMART goal that you're going to start with. And from there, you're going to have an outcome. You're going to create your outcome. Let's say that outcome is going to be 200 families experience consistent access to healthy food within 12 months. You see, that also has the time frame. It has the quantity of families that you want to target. And then your output is going to be this: weekly meal distribution and nutrition workshops. That is going to be what you're going to do to achieve the goal. So your indicator, how you're going to measure this, could be the number of families that you actually serve. Remember, you want to serve 200 families, but your indicator is going to be, okay, we're on a 12-month period. So for the first quarter, which is the first 3 months, then we have to serve 50 families, right? We have to serve at least 50 families to make that 200 mark goal. So we're looking at 4 quarters, so 50 families to serve every quarter, right? So after you look at your indicators, you're going to look at your inputs, and you're going to create your inputs according to what you already have, what you need to acquire to be able to reach this goal, who you need to help you. All of that is part of your inputs. So let's look at a small business example. So your goal may be to grow an online store revenue by 30% in 6 months. Your outcome is you want more repeat customers and a higher average order value. So you want people to be ordering more and you want them to keep coming back. Okay, so the output could be launch a loyalty program or monthly product drops. You want to make sure that you have an output that is directly related to the goal that you wish to achieve. Then your indicator may look like sales data. You can look at your sales data per quarter and see if you are on target to meet the goal. So you want to make sure that you're on target each quarter to reach that goal at the end of your 6 months. And of course, you're going to do the inputs. So what do you need? You need the product if you're going to be doing a product launch every month. You need to know, how are you going to track the sales data? Do you have a system in place to track the sales data? So those things are inputs. The revenue, the pricing for that, that's what you need to create. You need to know what amount are you going to charge. So you need to know the pricing for the products so you can say, I need to sell 50 of these products to meet this revenue goal. Okay, so those are all inputs that you need to have once you figure out your goal and come down the line like I explained earlier. So when you use the log frame, you stop guessing and you start knowing. You can take a look at one page and actually see what's working, what's lagging, where you need to pivot. It gives you a guide, so you're not just shooting in the dark, saying, well, I think I'm going to make it because I have these numbers in my head. I'm telling you guys, if you have stuff in your head, you're going to miss something. You're not going to be able to account for every single thing because your brain is overloaded. That's just facts. So systems and tools help you get things out of your head and into a system or into a way for you to navigate it, like the logic model tool. So if you've never used a logical framework before, grab my free starter kit. And I will put that in the link in the description below. But my suggestion, if you want to go deep, is to purchase my Roadmap to Sustainability framework. And that really will go in detail about how you do everything and give you the tools necessary to be able to move forward with clarity. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. Join us again for part 2 of the logical frameworks. I wanted to separate it so it wouldn't be so heavy in one episode. And, guys, I'm glad that you are here thinking about your business and looking to see what you can do to improve. Guys, get those things out of your head so that you can move with efficiency and productivity, guys. See you in the next episode. Take care.